Hello, so here we are at the C Sharp program, and I'm going to show you how we do a debugging. At line 26, I have set a checkpoint, or what you call breakpoint actually. So this is done by clicking in the gray column on the extreme left. Now, this is, as I explained, this breakpoint is meant to freeze the program as we run the debugging. Let's take a look. To do the debugging, you can click on this debug button, or I would actually prefer to do a start debugging over here, or you can do a F5. I mean, all along we're using Control F plus F5, but this time we do debugging, we use F5. What will happen? Let's take a look over here at the locus. This will contain the state of all the variable, and that you can see all the values over here, n1, n2, n3, they're all 0, and some is 0. So what really happened at this point of time is that the program has freeze or stopped running at line 26, which is where we set the breakpoint. And how can we actually proceed from here? Essentially is that we will do something, or we'll click on this button, tap into F1, and this will actually run the next line. Let's try that. And this will, why you actually create a prompt, because you're running the console.readline and there's a prompt. So let's enter number 5. Immediately you will see the value over here has changed because they have actually taken the value from the console and assigned it to n1. What happened next is it will go to the next line. It's actually waiting for us to step into the next line. So we should do that again by clicking on this button, step into, and this is where we enter the next line, next number, let's say 7. We have to click on that. And you can see that N2 is now assigned 7. So we carry on doing this for the third number. I actually entered 7 twice just now, so which is why it's getting entered 7. Let's carry on from here. So my N1 is 5, N2 is 7, and N3 is 7. This is where we know at this point in time the values of all these variables. If we are at 932, and this is where you call the function add numbers. Let's click on this step into. Again. Okay, follow the arrow. It was actually go out to 917. You will actually enter the function, and it is at this stage where it will do the sum of a plus b plus c. We click on step into again. You will notice that the value will change, and the program now is at the point where you return the value 19. Click on this again. It will exceeding the function, the braces. So it's getting out. You come back to here, and this is now this sum over here is the variable that is in the main function. It's not really not that of over here. So, but the value returned from the function will be stored in this variable, and it become 19. As we carry on running this program, it will print out this the console 19, and this will then proceed to terminate and stop. So this is what I can show you when how we do debugging. I would say that we usually will do debugging when we are faced with a situation or code run whereby a lot of value begin pass along the way, and there's several changes, and that we're trying to trace what might have gone wrong along the way. Now, however, right, I would say that from my point of view as a developer, I would want to avoid this as much as possible. And how to do that? One way is to break up the code into smaller unit of code and have that in function, so that in terms of code run, we have very little code run in between. This will make us easier for testing and for debugging. As far as possible, we try to have more testing, break up the code into smaller unit and do apply unit testing, and so that we don't have to do so much tracing or debugging. This is what I will suggest for more long term. But meanwhile, is that if we are stuck in a particular function, very likely it could be a logical error in the sense that we might have applied the wrong operator. Like instead of a plus, we actually put a minus, or we put a multiplication. This is where you have to pay attention to the small details. And then, but having said that, the way to go next will be to do unit tests. That will help us to make our code to be more robust. And I will talk more about that in the next video. Meanwhile, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.